Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Champagne Sundays with your hosts, Lisa and Nancy, editors of BigBlendMagazine.com.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Champagne Sundays. It's March 22nd, 2020, and we are broadcasting live from the beautiful and historic Homestead Inn in 29 Palms, California, right outside Joshua Tree National Park and Mojave Trails National Monument, which we got to explore yesterday, Nancy. We hung out in lava beds
we did.
yesterday afternoon. Lava beds and wine and wildflowers. It all goes well. I'm just saying.
Very cool.
If you want to check out where we are, go to this website, 29in.com, and check it out. I'm very excited because Jerri Hagman, the innkeeper, is sitting in at the beginning of the show with us here. So, Jerri, how are you doing in your room on the other side of this beautiful house?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. And it's a beautiful day in the desert.
It is a beautiful day. And, you know, this is our Champagne Sundays toast. So first thing, we want to say champagne toast to you for putting up with Nancy and I and Priscilla, our sock monkey.
Well, absolutely. It's been fun and very interesting.
You know, when she uses that word, interesting.
I love that word.
I know. You know, very excited. You just heard "Kick Up Your Heels." It is the title track from the brand new album out by Shelley King. It's her 9th album. Now, Shelley King rocks, as you heard. She is the first woman appointed official state musician of Texas by the legislature. She is a multi-award-winning singer-songwriter. She's a band leader. She just rocks, and she's here with us. We're going to talk about the songs on her new album. So welcome back, Shelley. How are you doing?
Howdy. I'm doing pretty good. Doing all right.
Hey,
can't complain.
Good. Is it got to be different, you know, not being out touring, because you're always, like, playing shows all across the country, not just Austin?
It's pretty weird. It is indeed weird, you know. I'm sure we'll all adjust, but right now it is definitely something different.
Yeah, it is. Everybody, go to ShelleyKing.com and listen. This is the one thing we can do is download music and buy music online. We can do that. So that's one of those things. Amazon may not deliver certain things. I say music is an essential, but, you know, I'm just saying. But you can download music and listen and rock out, you know.
That's it, man.
Clean the house and rock out.
Yeah.
You can, you know, have a party.
Stream music. Exactly.
Stream it. Yeah, exactly.
Set up virtual parties.
Yeah, we've got to do that for sure. Hey, speaking of virtual parties, one of our favorite people is on the show today, too, Mr. Steve Schneickert, our Hollywood historian. You've heard him on our radio parties, radio plays, and shows throughout the years. And we're going to be playing his Rex Allen Hollywood history at the end of the show. So welcome back, Steve. How are you doing in San Jose?
Hey, doing well. Thank you very much. Very excited that you're back to doing live Champagne Sunday shows.
I know. It's going to be interesting, Steve. Right, Jerri?
Yes, it is.
It's going to be interesting for sure. You know, it is good to be back doing some live shows. You know, we took a little hiatus of that with our travels. We travel full-time on our Love Your Parks tour. Yesterday we added up to, I think it's 185 parks we've visited and documented now. So you can check that all up at nationalparktraveling.com. But, you know, we're going to play Champagne Toast because this is our tradition here to make a toast. And so let's start with you, Shelley. You're our honored guest here. So what are you toasting to today?
Today I am toasting to time. It's something that we never have enough of. But right now, a lot of us have a lot of time on our hands.
Exactly.
I'm toasting to pajamas because now we can stay in our pajamas all day. I'm toasting to organization because now we can clean out our cabinets, organize our dressers and closets. I'm toasting to cooking because now we can just stay in our pajamas and cook and spend our time at home. So here's to
I love that. What is it? Every time you're on the show, we start talking about cooking and baking.
Yeah.
Last time, remember the Christmas show? We were talking about rum balls and cake and all kinds of good stuff. And you sent us some cool recipes, too, after. So thanks for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
now
Jerri,
we can share recipes still.
I know. That's it. Whatever you can get. This is the time to be creative, or whatever you can get in the store, right? It's like whatever goes in the pot. But Jerri's been cooking up a storm here. She makes the best muffins and the best pancakes and casseroles and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so
she got talent.
I toast to your cooking skills, Jerri.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, bless your heart. Well, today I'm going to make us some Meyer lemon muffins after the show.
Ooh, that goes with champagne.
See how flattery works?
And she's got beautiful citrus trees on the property. It's 12 acres, desert acres with mountains surrounding us, and beautiful gardens and fountains, and birds are nesting, and it's just beautiful. And all these citrus trees, it smells beautiful out there. So this is perfect. So, Jerri, what are you toasting to?
I'm going to toast to families because I think this is a wonderful time to really enjoy each other, even those circumstances are a little strained. I think that we can all appreciate each other and sort of being able to have more dialogue. And for parents that have always had their kids in daycare, it's a good time to be able to really get creative with them and spend time that they wouldn't normally have. So, you know, for all the things that are wrong, we have blessings to look at.
Hear, hear.
Cool. Exactly.
Like it.
Mr. Schneickert? Should I call you Mr. Schneickert? I know. Hey, listen, Kick Up Your Heels. Did you think about Ruby Red Heels with Shelley's song?
Of course.
Click, click. What are you toasting to, Steve? Steve, what are you toasting to?
I am toasting to the four of you ladies plus Priscilla, and toasting that we are all well, healthy, safe, and strong always, and out of harm's way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, bless you.
We
toast
to
you. That's a very nice one. Thank you.
Yeah. When we toast to Steve because he keeps us in line, kind of.
Yeah, he does.
Tries.
I'll drink to
I keep
that.
laughing.
Cheers. He has a whip.
He gets strange calls from us at 2 a.m.
No, that's only from Hot Mama Babushka.
Hot Mama Babushka. I know. That's the thing. She likes to pop up on shows and
so
tell
that when we'll call her, you say our name, she come.
Oh.
Don't matter where she is, she pop up like a muffin.
You never know. Shelley, can you write a song for Hot Mama Babushka?
I'm on it.
You never know.
You'll pass it by me first, okay?
Hey, Mama Babushka, since you're on the show, do you have a special toast?
Yes, I would like to toast to all the caretakers. They are very selfless people, and they're doing wonderful jobs.
Right on. Okay,
yes.
Mama Babushka.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, Nancy, what about
Absolutely.
you? Do you have a toast?
I toast to the desert.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people think there's nothing to see or do in the desert. And then you really need to just open those eyes, and there's so much going on in the desert.
Mm.
And, every morning we go out and we look up at the sky, and there's birds all over the place. We've been watching a family of ravens and crows have a battle out here. And then you look down at the ground, and there's a million lizards on this property. I don't know where they all came from or what they've been doing. But there's a lizard on every rock out here, and they look at you, and they're like,
Larry.
Yeah.
Larry the lizard.
Yeah, and they eat all the bugs. It's cool, man.
And the wildflowers.
It's like an ecosystem here. It's really, really an amazing place. So I say, get outside. This is a good time to go outside, get fresh air, go to the mountains, go to the ocean, go to the desert, stay away from the city.
Yeah, go in your neighborhood or, get fresh air and socially distance, I suppose, all that good stuff. We need to keep everybody healthy and clean. So, but if fresh air is good, I want to toast. We sadly lost two really special people in our lives this past week, and amid all this that's going on with the virus, and it really kind of tags in with what Jerri was saying about that special time with people. People come into your life. They always say for a reason, no matter how short or long time you see them. And both of these people are very instrumental parts of our magazines in South Africa and also over here in this country, and just special people. And I think, you just really reflect on these times about who's special and those special moments. So I toast to friendship and special moments and wine in between times. And during the time with them. Good memories. So here's the thing, when we're all together, board games often get put into, hey, only over the holiday season. And we believe that games should be played whether you're camping, on a summer vacation. Board games are good. It's a way for families and friends to get together. And Spontuneous, the song game, is definitely one of our favorite games. It's an Amazon bestseller. It kicks butt over the holiday season, beats out Monopoly and all those good games. And I love the entrepreneur story behind Rob Ridgway, the creator of it. He created it in Austin, Texas. So check that out. Yeah, now he's in Nashville, but he likes to go back and forth and all that good stuff. But the song game, check it out, songgame.com. And as soon as Amazon allows things like games to be, he needs a digital download for it. You got to get it. It's so much fun. It's all about, here's a word, and then, if you hear the word red, you go, red wine makes me feel fine, that kind of good stuff. So you could take the one word and sing 5 words from the song lyrics from one song. And so we're going to play the radio version and have some fun with it. And Nancy, I'm going to start by giving you a word, and then we'll go around the room, okay? But everyone, you have to get your lyrics in within 10 seconds. But you only need 5 words, okay? And if you don't get it in the 10 seconds, we have a little TikTok thingy.
It's very
then
annoying.
I get to push the butt pan button. And I love to
Wow.
push butt pan.
Yeah, she does.
I do. And I really don't mean you're a butt pan if you don't get your word in, but I just like to play it. So, Nancy, I'm going to give you your first word today.
Mm-hmm.
Flower, because we saw wildflowers yesterday. So here it is. Are you ready?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I'm just drawing a blank. I know there's so many hippie songs with flowers. Take the that's the ribbon from your hair. No, can't do that one. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. I'm a little petunia in a onion patch.
No, I'm sorry, but I get to butt pan my mother.
And now, a butt pan moment. Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! Butt pan! You're a butt pan!
I feel so much better now. I forgot to tell you that you're allowed to take an extra sip, if you lose. And if you win, you get to take an extra 2. So, So, Nancy, I think you got to give... I know, just keep sipping away. Nancy, I think you got to give Jerri her word.
Oh, Jerri, let's see.
This ought to be interesting.
Let's see. I'm going to give you the word home. Oh, that's
Home
a
on
really
the
good
range.
one. You have to sing it.
Home is where
5
my
words.
heart is. Home on the range in California.
We got to be nice, Jerri.
She got it.
Home on the range. Yeah, you got it. And besides, we're here with you, and we want the we want the lemon muffin. The Meyer lemon muffin.
That's right.
Don't
right.
mess with
Boy,
the
I
muffin.
could really fix that one.
So, Jerri, do you want to give Steve his word?
Storm.
Ooh.
Storm. Don't know why.
Stormy. Oh,
There's
yeah.
no
Good.
sun up in the sky.
Nice.
Stormy weather.
We
Good.
can accept that.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah,
Right
well,
on,
that's
Steve.
exactly what I was thinking of, because I know that you're a man that looks at history, and that is one of the best records out.
See?
But I'm
You
no
go,
Lena
Steve.
Horne.
Everybody,
Well,
Steve's my
that's okay.
friend. So, Steve, I want you to give
Yes.
Shelley her word.
Okay, Shelley. Wonderful.
I'm nervous. What a
Yeah.
what a wonderful world this could be. I'm trying to think of the melody of it. I got the words though, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What a
It's
wonderful
the
world
most
it could be.
wonderful time of the year.
Oh, that's a
There you
different
go.
one.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that,
very
too.
good one.
That's the only. I couldn't think of the melody for the other one for a second. I blanked out. I was nervous.
But you got it. You got it.
It's that TikTok thing.
I know. The TikTok. And I'm slow on the TikTok, too. I'm like, I don't know my buttons anymore.
The timer anxiety.
I've got
We
button
could add
anxiety.
something to that, but this is a show.
Oh, I could say something right now, but I
Jerri,
can't.
you know.
Control you, though.
world this would be.
Jerri's been hanging around us way too much now.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm
We've
going to
infiltrated.
Well,
this.
thank you, Jerri and Steve, for joining us. Everyone, Spontuneous, Rob Ridgway sent us on a part of our Love Your Parks tour, a mission to map the music across the country. And one of the first things we did was it was Rex Allen. He has his own museum and his own park in Wilcox, Arizona, and Steve did a Hollywood history on Rex Allen, the Arizona Cowboy, when we first started that, and you can check out our map of it. So we've mapped music from like Greeley, Colorado with the blues. Oh my God, Shelley, you got to go to Greeley, Colorado and do their blues festival.
You should be part
You would
of that.
dig it.
Right.
You'll love it.
Yeah.
All right.
And so now we got to map the music here. Real quick, Pappy and Harriet's is down the road. Now, have you played out here before, Shelley?
I have not. I have not been there.
Oh.
Yeah, Pappy and Harriet's. You got to.
I need to get there.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, we got Joshua Tree, we got U2 and Graham Parsons, and so much musical history here. And before you go, Jerri, the song 29 Palms. Who was the Lady of 29 Palms? Who was that written by?
Ali Rubel. Ollie Regal wrote that song, and he lived here for several years. And as a youngster, I used to wait on him at a restaurant. So that tells you that I'm no spring chicken.
But that's the guy who's saying Zippity Doodah wrote it.
Who is the lady of 29 Palms?
Jerri.
It's always been a mystery. They don't know who the lady of 29 Palms was.
Ooh, I'm going to find out.
Yes, she is.
Well, you do that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There it is. Well, we got to get Shelley out here because I think Pappy and Harriet's would be just like the perfect.
God, it would be fantastic for her.
Isn't it? It's
it
like
sounds like a blast.
It is. It's like it's old school roadhouse, but in the high desert, right?
Cool.
And it's like this cool. The acoustics are awesome. The food is fantastic. They do Texas style barbecue outside. It's like, yeah, we're gonna.
It was built originally by Roy Rogers and Gene Autry for the Western movies. It was a movie set, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And it has celebrities, and Sunday is open mic, and a lot of very high-end names come out here and play on stage, and do it as a courtesy. They just love it.
Yeah, we're gonna drive up to Austin once the virus has subsided because we can't get Shelley sick and we don't want to get sick, but we're gonna come get Shelley and put her in the car and take her to Peppy and Harriet.
Sounds like a plan.
Just for fun, everybody should green screen themselves, right? Make a video, and then put photos of wherever you think you want to go behind yourself and say, hey, look, I'm in wherever.
I like it. Hey, now, Hurricane Party, we want to play that because we're having a party here. Shelley, was this after the most recent ones that were in Texas that you wrote this?
This was actually, there were some hurricanes that hit Florida prior to that, and I wrote that with my friend Marcia Ball, and she was headed out to the coast of Florida to play a bunch of festivals, and they all got canceled because these hurricanes were coming right at the coast. So she called me and said, well, hey, let's get together and we can play dominoes. We like to get together and play dominoes with this really cool group of ladies. And I said, yeah, it'll be like a hurricane party. And then it just started. I came up with a little bit, and I sang it into my phone and texted it to her, and she came up with the bit and sang it into her phone and texted it to me, and we just went back and forth. And in no time, we had a song, and cool. We had a fun time writing it, and an even better time recording it. She came in and sang and played on it, and also Delbert McClinton came in and cameoed on it, sang a verse, and played a little harmonica. So we had our own little hurricane party in the studio. But yeah, these days, right now, I mean, for those who aren't familiar with hurricane parties, when a hurricane is threatening, they tell you to hunker down and stay home, just kind of like we're all doing now. And so everybody rushes out to the store and stocks up, and probably buys all the toilet paper, just like right now. and they stay put unless they're ordered to evacuate or they feel like they have to evacuate. Most people just stay put and they stock up and party down at home, and that's where we're at right now.
And that's why they have those big hurricane glasses for your cocktails.
Exactly.
Like the Pat O'Brien's, like in New Orleans, and here we are, the big old.
Go ahead and make a big one. We're going to be here a while.
Yeah, everybody, here it is, Hurricane Party. Again, it's off of the new album from Shelley King. It is Kick Up Your Heels. Go get it. Go to ShelleyKing.com. It's on CD Baby, all those places. Go get it. Here it is, Hurricane Party. Thanks, Steve, and thank you, Jerri.
You're welcome.
We can't go wrong, just sing along.
everyone. You're listening to Big Blend Radio, Champagne Sunday Show, and we're having not only a hurricane party, but we're having a coronavirus party. That was Shelley King off of her latest album, Kick Up Your Heels. I mean, it's like the perfect title, right, of this album. I love it because, like, hurricane party, it's like, it's really positive. It's like, just no matter what, just keep living life. It's a really good, solid, I mean, that's really, really a good album. Like, when we were talking about what to play on it, I'm like, let's just sit and play the whole thing. It's so good.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's funny that you said that about Hurricane Party because, you know, that is definitely the message, and I'm glad you got it, and I hope everybody else got it. I mean, you know, some things are inevitable, and we just got to make the best of them, and there's nothing we can do about anything that's happening right now except stay home and lay low and hunker down. And the thing about that record is it's a party, and I envisioned people putting that record on at home and dancing around their house, and now is the time. So
yeah,
exactly. You know, this is a time to catch up on all the things that you have been meaning to do that you don't have time to. So this is, I think this is a busy bee time, man. Get on it.
I'm going to finally wash my hair.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, it's about time. There's things living in there.
I may even get to the eyebrows. Nancy would love that, and so would everybody else.
She's the only person I know where her eyebrows grow right up into her hairline.
Yeah, nice. So last year you've been doing a lot of touring. You still go back up to Woodstock and quite a bit, don't you?
I do. I have tours all over the country scheduled this year, and many of them have been canceled, and we'll see what happens with the rest of them. I'm supposed to be out in California. I think it's in early August, so hopefully that'll happen. I was supposed to be in New York like in early April, mid-April, and that's been canceled. But and I had a Louisiana tour that's been canceled. So yeah, all musicians are grounded at home right now. So you know, that's the way it goes. And there's a lot of people doing stuff online though. Well, there's a lot of musicians that are performing online. You can find live streams in a whole lot of places, but you know, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, those are all good places to look. And a lot of the musicians are putting up Venmo or PayPal links so that you can send them tips. So, you know, if normally you would like to go to a show and pay a $10 or a $20 cover to get in and go check out a band, you can watch them online and send them $10 or $20, and I'm sure they'd be thrilled. And I'm gonna start doing some streaming shows myself. I haven't exactly decided which day, but you could probably watch my social media to find out. I'll be figuring that out in the next week. I'm kind of leaning towards Mondays, although I don't know that it's going to be tomorrow. It may be the following Monday because I want to get a plan on it. But definitely live streaming directly to musicians is a good thing. But there are also organizations. Probably each city has organizations right now trying to help their artists, their hospitality community, because it doesn't just affect the musicians. I've been saying, like, for me, for playing in nightclubs and bars and things like that, I mean, it affects the doorman, the waitress, the bartender, the sound man, everyone, you know.
Absolutely.
All the restaurants, you know, the cook, the busboy, the dishwasher, everybody. I mean, everybody. Hotels, it's affecting everyone. So I'm sure there are different things in different cities. I know yesterday I did a benefit for an organization called Black Fret, and that live stream is actually on my Facebook page, so you can go and watch it. It was really cool. I was in Carolyn Wonderland's band yesterday, and we did one of my songs, but it was her set, and many other great bands from Austin performed on that, and we went down to this venue where there was no one. It was an outdoor thing, and there was no one, and they cleaned all of the equipment between bands. We all had to wear masks and stay 6 feet apart and all that. So we live streamed our show in a very sanitary way.
It's like wearing a condom and going on stage.
was
like
pretty
a body
weird.
condom, you know.
Just call it the mask concert series.
It was strange. We took our masks off while on stage, but when we weren't on stage, we definitely all had. I didn't even have a mask. I had to wrap a muffler around my head and tie it off and try to keep it up while I was setting up my gear. But it was fun, and it was a really high quality concert. So you can watch. There's probably about 6 or 8 or 10 Austin bands that are showcased on that, and they're taking donations, and they have the link and everything, and they help the music community. I know nationally, Music Cares is a wonderful organization. They are a division of the Grammys or the Recording Academy, and Music Cares is there to help musicians year-round with things like medical expenses or emergency expenses, and now they're helping with this crisis. So Music Cares is a wonderful nationwide organization, and they help not just musicians who are members of the Grammys. They are helping all working musicians. So
That's awesome.
It's a great organization.
And speaking of concerts, I saw you on Austin City. I was like, check
Austin
you
City
out.
Limit.
Yeah, Austin City Limits. And I'm like, check you out, man. You were, and Gary Clark Jr. was there. I mean, it was like a really cool vibe and good sound. And I mean, that's got to have been fun to perform there.
That was amazing. That was their Hall of Fame show. And my friend Marcia Ball was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and she had me come and sing backup for her, which was really cool. Carolyn Wonderland also sang backup for her, and we sang all the backing vocals on her latest album, which is an amazing album. But also we got to share the stage and the backing vocal duties with the great Tracy Nelson and Irma Thomas, and that was huge. It was awesome. And then Ruthie Foster, myself, and Carolyn Wonderland got to sing backup for Gary Clark Jr., and that was a lot of fun too. But that was a great show, and it's such an honor to be a part of the Austin City Limits family. And I say that because those people, they are such an incredible family, and everyone on the crew, all the way down to every single person, the person sitting at the door even, has a very specific job, and they do it fabulously. Everybody, it's like a well-oiled machine. That group is amazing, and they're wonderful people and dedicated to that show. It's the longest-running music television show in history. That was my second time to be on there. I was also on there with Carolyn Wonderland in 2008. So we're very proud that show is still on the air and still doing so great and prospering, and we are thrilled that it's representative of Austin because it's amazing.
It is. You think about Austin, and Nancy and I think the last time we talked, we drove through that 4th of July night, and we got close. We got to Nacogdoches, Texas last year, and and then we ended up in Little Rock from there. And then I remember tweeting something like, "I was born in Little Rock." Hey, listen, Little Rock rocks, man. I love Little Rock.
Yeah.
The music too.
Favorite places.
It's so interesting because the downtown is so contemporary, yet at the same time, all the history's there. You know what I mean? It's like all of it. And
got its own vibe.
It seems that it's, I don't know, like a unity is coming through Little Rock. There's we went on there. I think it's the second Friday night, art night, and you go from restaurant to bar to museum, and there's music and artists doing pottery and
awesome.
And painting, and it just is the jazz. They saw some of the best jazz I've heard there.
I'm really happy to hear that.
So friendly.
Yeah,
it was so welcoming and friendly, and it just was twinkly lights, and I don't know, man. We were like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah, and the riverfront, but the music, I remember. The State House Museum or the State Museum, it was the original State House, and there was these guys playing jazz in there that would, I just like, no way. And then they were serving this punch with liquor in it. I have no idea.
That helped.
It was some kind of pink lemonade. They're like, just drink it, it'll be fine. And I'm like, I'm sure it will, and it was. but
then you're like, I love Little Rock.
I love Little Rock. I do. But so you were born there. So musically, because I know when you first came on the show, we were talking about Arkansas, and we were talking about, your roots that way. But, now having been there, there is something, I don't know, Louisiana and East Texas and Little Rock, it's just one of my favorite places in this country, like this whole region, and there's something musical and mystical and magical about it. So what was it like growing up there musically? What were you hearing?
Well, see, I was born in Little Rock, but I grew up kind of in the country, and there was no music except what my uncles were playing on their acoustic guitars in my living room. So I grew up kind of sheltered from, that scene that you guys are describing. I heard radio. I remember, listening to bluegrass on the radio and gospel music on the radio so I could pick up. But I didn't get, like, live music except, my family, which my family was very musical, so that was pretty cool. As I was, getting older and wanting to go out and see music, I mean, it was a good hour drive to the nearest concert venue, and I really probably wasn't supposed to be going, but
you go, girl.
We'd figure that one out and make it happen. We'd make it happen. But yeah, Arkansas has a rich musical history, and it's definitely has a vibe. And the area where you were, Little Rock, if you had just gone, like an hour east of there on I-40 is the area where Levon Helm was from, where he grew up. Turkey Scratch, Arkansas, and Helena, Arkansas. So that out there were like cotton fields and sharecroppers and a whole lot of blues music and country music and even further east when you get to Memphis, the rich heritage of Memphis music.
Yeah,
the first time I went to visit the Stax Museum, and I saw all of this music from the Delta, from Arkansas and Tennessee, kind of merging together with the blues and the country and the gospel. Suddenly, I felt like that explained my musical influences.
Yeah,
because I knew that I had a lot of blues and country and gospel in me. Yeah. And then I'm from that area, and when I saw that, I was like, hey, I'm not weird. This is normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's hard to pinpoint. Like, people say it's country, it's rock, and I'm like, no, you have a little bit of everything of that region, because we did go east. We went to Kentucky after that. We went out to Washington County to Springfield, Kentucky. And we went through Memphis and Nashville, and I so wanted to stop, and it was green, and I just was like, man, this is swampy music land, like Louisiana, going up through all of that area, the no man's land, the neutral strip where there was no law and order for 3 years, and you see all these swampy and swamp flowers, and it's just this whole.
It's so cool.
If you don't, there's like a vibe, and in going up through Arkansas and then going from Little Rock east, it was. I don't know, like it was that merging of everything coming together. And we went to, in Natchitoches, Louisiana, we went to the Folklife Festival.
That was fun.
I thought of you there because there was like old, like entire families coming up, like from like 5-year-old kids all the way to like 80, 90-year-old grandpas playing on stage, all kinds, like the Zydeco stuff and the Cajun, and it was mixed with like French and African music and Indian. I mean, it was this amalgamation of music and it was real authentic. Like, your singing, your music is so real and not, over processed, not fake. It's not fake music. It sounds terrible, but you know what I mean? There's just a feeling of the earth's beat, and that was there. And I man, you got to play there too, man. I just want to take you there too. That Folklife Festival, I don't know, that was something that, when you actually see music being performed like that, it I can't even explain it. It's just, it carried me away, man. But it's like your music is just like that, with all of these, the roots. It's roots music, really, right? At the end of the day, Americana roots music.
Definitely roots music, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Now, Soulville, tell us about this being on your album, because that was a Dinah Washington song.
Yeah, that one, I actually discovered that on an old Aretha Franklin record. And it's just one of those songs that I couldn't believe that not everybody knew already. It just blew me away. It's such an amazing song. And so, yeah, that's definitely one that I've been wanting to work in for a while. And finally, I thought this is the right record for it. And I found out that when I was looking up who wrote it, I found out that there was Dinah Washington and Henry Glover was another one of the writers. And Henry Glover was a good friend of Levon Helms.
Oh,
and
wow.
he and Levon wrote the other cover on this record. So, and I didn't choose those songs because of Henry Glover. I had no idea. So those kind of happening to me it was kind of weird. And I'll tell you this other story. Do you have time for a ghost story?
Yeah, we love ghost stories.
One time,
bring it.
One time, I was up in Woodstock, and we were rehearsing for a midnight ramble that we were going to do at Levon Helms' barn. This was probably about maybe in 2016, I think. And we were rehearsing in the barn on the actual anniversary of Levon's passing. And during the rehearsal, the entire band had a very ghostly experience. Cool. And one thing that was happening is, well, my friend Carolyn had brought in, it was a band that we put together with Carolyn Wonderland, myself, Cindy Cashdollar, Marsha Ball, Amy Helm, Levon's daughter, and a rhythm section from Woodstock. And we were rehearsing it. The show was going to be the next day. Amy couldn't actually make that rehearsal. She was singing backup for, I can't remember right now, somebody really awesome. So we were having this rehearsal, and Carolyn had brought in this bottle of whiskey. I blame it on Carolyn. She and I went together to buy it. But we decided not to. We decided not to drink it because these young fellas that were our rhythm section, they were trying to be real pro and we didn't want to turn it into a party. So we're like, okay, we'll save it. But, I mean, an hour into rehearsal, I say, isn't it about time we do a proper toast to Levon, you know? And so we go ahead and we open the bottle, and Carolyn takes the first little sip, and she holds the bottle up in the air, and she goes, thank you, looking at, up into the realm, up into the rafters of the building. Thank you. Takes a sip. She passes it to Cindy Cashdollar. Cindy looks up at the rafters. She's like, thank you more. And she took a sip. She hands it to me. I called the hogs. Levon was from Arkansas, so I was like, sweet. And then I passed it to Marsha, and she said some crazy Cajun something. And, so then we go ahead and we start doing this song. Well, during this song, I saw some shadows outside, like a car's pulling up. I could see it through the window, and I thought, oh, our friend is here. We were waiting on a friend, but nobody ever came in. So I keep looking at the door, and a little while later, still in the song, maybe about halfway through the song, the door starts to open. And I thought, oh, great, our friends are finally coming in. But nobody ever came in. And then the door closed. And then the door closed slowly all the way. We're like, what the heck? It happened 3 more times during that song. That happened 4 times during that song. That door came open and closed slowly. And it came open slowly. It wasn't blowing. There was no wind outside. And it came open like someone was walking in, and then it closed. So when the song was over, we were all totally freaked out. And, we're looking at each other like, what the heck? So we took a little break, and we went outside, and we were like, there's no wind out here. This is so crazy. And so we were telling some friends about it later, and they were guessing, like, if those were ghosts, who were the ghosts? Well, obviously, Levon was one of them, right?
Yeah.
That afternoon, we had already gone, right when we got into Woodstock, we went to his grave and visited his grave. And when we were done there, we walked over to Rick Danko's grave. Rick Danko was in the band, and he's also buried in the same graveyard. So we identified two of the ghosts as Levon Helm and Rick Danko, okay? But there's two more. Who are the other two? Well, the song we were playing was a Janis Joplin song, and Janis had a lot of connection to Woodstock. So we were like, okay, the third one was Janis. But who was the fourth one? And a friend of ours from Woodstock said Henry Glover. We're like, who is Henry Glover? They're like, he was a really good friend of Levon's.
Oh,
and
wow,
he wrote,
you just gave me goosebumps.
He wrote Drown in My Own Tears, and that was Levon's favorite song. I was like, wow. So that was my intro to Henry Glover, is that he may have visited us in that rehearsal on that night, okay? And then 2 years later, when I'm putting this record together, two of his songs end up on my record, and I didn't know that he wrote them. I just chose the songs because I love the songs. I didn't find out that they were his songs until later, when I had to get the license for the songs for the record, and I had to look up who the writers were. So I was like, wow, Henry Glover is really getting to me, isn't he?
Wow, but that's a trip, because I remember when you first came on the show with Building a Fire, when you put that album out, still one of my favorite albums too, man. All of them, fan faves, all of them, you know. And I remember you like having a dream about Levon Helm and having a story about that too. So there's this thing, and then look, he wasn't that far from where you were born and raised. I mean, come on, there's something weird.
Yeah,
you and
there's really something weird. There really is.
It's not weird. It's energy. The energy that floats around like protons, neutrons, and electrons, and it's all like unformatted, and it floats around until somebody has a thought, and then it makes some energy go back together, like as it were.
Wow.
That's a weird theory. And then something happens there.
And I think that when you said someone has a thought, like when you call to mind someone, you're kind of conjuring in a way, Yeah. And in the place where Levon made his home, Woodstock, New York, he is still loved. I mean, he's still loved everywhere, but he is still loved so deeply and thought of so often in Woodstock that his spirit is still alive there, and it's really beautiful, and you can feel it, and it's a good thing. It's really nice.
Wow.
Really
you know
nice.
what? I want to do the Ouija board with you. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. That'd be freaky. You never know. So, okay, so we got to close with, we've still got some Hollywood history to play, but we're going to close with one of your songs here. I think it's got to be Levon's new drum set or Soulville. Which one do you want? I
definitely think Levon's new drum set.
Yeah,
because of
I love
what
it.
We're talking about. That song was written on a couple of nights after he passed away. And it actually took me a while to write it, but it started being written then. And I had gone to Woodstock to go to one of his midnight rambles, and he passed away before the ramble happened. And so I was in Woodstock sitting outside writing, and this storm was gathering all day long. And it finally, about the time that the ramble would have happened, the storm just cut loose in the most amazing way. And there were so many percussive sounds in the storm. I thought, maybe this is the ramble, and maybe all those percussive sounds, maybe that's actually Levon playing his new drum set.
Oh, and he is one of the best, man. I
got real strong visuals here. I could make a whole video of that.
I still think one of the best documentaries ever done was The Last Waltz. It's still every time I listen to it, watch it, like everything, I don't know, man. There's just something on that, but. All right, so we're going to play Levon's new drum set. Thank you so much for joining us, Shelley. Always a pleasure, and keep us posted on your when you do your live shows on social media, however you do it. Keep us posted. We'll make sure everybody knows about it, and you take care and, have a safe time with your food and cleaning your drawers or your dresser or whatever that you're going to do. But looking
my
forward
glamorous pajamas. Yes.
Yeah, let's have a pajama party, right? That's exactly it. But thank you so much, everyone. Again, the album is out now. Kick Up Your Heels. Go get it. Go to ShelleyKing.com and follow her on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those great places. And go download the album. You can get it and stream it and listen and party. So here it is. That's the one thing we have to do is have a party. So thanks so much, Shelley.
Thank you.
Take care. Here it is, everyone. Levon's new drum set.
Lights up, my poor heart breaks. I'm drifting off to memories. When you were here, it's almost like a dream. That storm sounds like a big bass drum, laying it down. Pay attention, son. The rhythm of the rain's a surefire bet. Listen to that rain coming down. I hear your voice, it's the sweetest sound, like a cymbal chime on an old tin roof. I know that song, it's living proof. That storm sounds like a big bass drum, laying it down, pay attention, son. The rhythm of the rain's a surefire bet. Levon's playing his new drum set. Up in heaven, he's all the rage. His big old smile lights up that stage. Thunder and lightning in his hands. He keeps the beat in the angel band. That storm sounds like a big bass drum, laying it down, pay attention, son. The rhythm of the rain's a surefire bet. Levon's playing his new drum set. Levon's playing his new drum set.
Everyone, Levon's new drum set by Shelley King. And, the band did have that, the storms in their music, and you think back to it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. There's one of my favorite albums, and Jubilation. That is one of my favorite albums of all time, and they have that in there with the storm set. It reminds me of that old school sound of theirs, and, oh, my gosh, awesome music. Don't you love the bass drum in there?
Yeah.
I know. Shelley rocks. Everyone, ShelleyKing.com. Go check it out. Go get the album, Kick Up Your Heels, because that's the best thing we can do now is kick up our heels. We want to thank everyone for joining us on today's show. Our second feature, because this is a double feature special, is Chef Ivan Flowers teaching us how to cook his spring asparagus salad recipe, so check that out. Just go to bigblendradio.com or check it out on Blog Talk for the next episode airing in just a few minutes here. But we're going to close off with Steve Schneickert's Hollywood History of Rex Allen. You can keep up with our Mapping the Music if you go to nationalparktraveling.com, look under Love Your Parks Tour, and keep up with Steve on blendradioandtv.com. Thanks all for joining us. Here it is.
Rex L.V. Allen, or L.V. Rex Allen, was born to Horace E. Allen and Luella Faye Clark on a ranch in Mud Springs Canyon, 40 miles from Wilcox, Arizona, New Year's Eve, 31 December, 1920. As a boy, he played guitar and sang at local functions with his fiddle-playing father until his high school graduation, when he toured the Southwest as a rodeo rider. His career as a rodeo rider was short-lived, as he suffered an injury from a bull, and that is no BS. The injury led Rex back to singing, and he was hired by WTTM in Trenton, New Jersey in 1943. After he left WTTM, Rex joined the Sleepy Hollow Ranch Gang in Pennsylvania. During the summer of 1946, he was spotted by Lulabelle and Scotty. That led to Rex becoming a popular performer in the Windy City, Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. He became one of the first country and western artists signed by Mercury Records. Rex's first hit was Afraid in 1949. That same year, Rex Allen went to Hollywood. Bringing along a CBS network radio program, Rex approached Republic Pictures. The studio signed the singer to star in the film The Arizona Cowboy, which was released in 1950, and was the only film his horse Coco did not appear in. The movie was a huge success, beginning a string of 19 films that ran until February 1954. All of the films were musical westerns, starring Rex with a rotary cast of sidekicks, including Slim Pickens, Buddy Epson, Fuzzy Knight, and of course, Coco. Allen's first successes led to hit records, including Sparrow in the Treetop, his biggest hit 1953's Crying in the Chapel, and many more. During these recordings, Rex was also star of the television program Frontier Doctor. Mr. Allen became popular with Walt Disney, Disneyland, and Buena Vista, having narrated more than 80 films. I remember his voice quite well as a child and young adult, especially Disneyland, riding through the Carousel of Progress as the voice of the father. It's a great, beautiful tomorrow. After Rex rode into the sunset and moved to his ranch near Tucson, he created a little vest pocket park called Railroad Park in Wilcox, Arizona, his hometown. Featured is a life-size statue of himself. He then had his horse, Coco, exhumed from Malibu Canyon and reburied at the foot of his statue. The grave has a memorial plaque labeled Coco, 1940 to 1967, followed by a tribute. Years begin to pass, and life continues. Unfortunately, under circumstances beyond his control, Rex Allen passed away 17 December 1999. He was a true and living legend in his own right. I am Steve Schneickert, and this is Hollywood History, as I call it.